Johnson here to talk to you today about the different objects and items used to celebrate Mass. These items are sacred because they deal with the most sacred things, the very body and blood of our Lord Jesus. Now this first item you see here, this golden bowl or dish, is called a ciborium. And the ciborium holds the precious body of Jesus, particularly the smaller hosts for the people. Next, you see the chalice set up for the priest with the appropriate cloths or linens draped over it. Now, the first linen or cloth that you see folded and placed on the very top, this is the one with the cross. This is called a corporal. And the corporal is the first cloth that gets placed on the altar. It's unfolded and it unfolds into a larger square, and it protects the altar, and particularly it captures any particles or fragments of the host or any drops of wine that might fall. This square item is called a pall. And a pall is made from rigid material, plastic or cardboard, and then wrapped in cloth. And this protects the chalice. It's placed directly on top of the chalice and prevents anything from going inside that might contaminate the wine, bugs, dirt, or dust. Here we have this flatter golden plate called a paten. And the paten holds the larger host bread for the priest. This long strip of cloth draped over the chalice, this is called a purificator. And the purificator is used to purify or to cleanse the vessels, particularly to clean the chalice or the ciborium. Now you might be wondering why these vessels are made out of metal and these vessels are plated in gold. And that's because the church has very particular rules on what these sacred vessels can be made out of. And they're meant to be made out of materials that bring dignity to the Eucharist, but also are sturdy and reliable. As you see here, this is a quote from the General Instruction of the Roman Missal, the rubrics on celebrating the Eucharist. Lastly, we have some glass vessels. These two small pitchers with the stoppers, they're called cruets. There's one cruet for the wine and one cruet for the water. Now behind the cruets we have this bowl, and it's called a lavabo bowl. The lavabo bowl with the towel, it's used to cleanse or wash the hands of the priest before he celebrates the Eucharistic prayer. So hopefully you have learned something in this video. Please continue to pray for me and pray for more vocations to the priesthood.